The word vocation means calling. We need to be really clear that it doesn't mean reasoning. Some people will neglect the first two steps of this process of falling in love with Jesus and surrendering their own will, and instead try to weigh it up based on their own thinking. And if you try and do this, then the only voice that you'll be listening to is your own. Assuming that you have entered into the first two steps of this process, the third step is to listen. Now, once again, this is harder than it seems. We are surrounded by so much noise, both external and internal. It is always difficult to listen to someone if you are surrounded by noise. So the first thing you need to do is to start cutting out some of the distractions in your life. If you're really seeking to know God's will for your life, then take the time to cut out some of the noise. This is important so that you can listen to God, but also so that you can listen to yourself. You see, the human person is a complex thing. There are so many competing desires within us, along with all sorts of fears and insecurities. All of these influence our ability to be surrendered to God's will. So self-knowledge is an extremely important part of discernment. I need to know what is happening inside my own heart before I can know what is the desire in the heart of Jesus. This is where we need to bring a bit of silence into our life. Turn off the external noise for a while. Once you have done that, you'll start to recognize the internal noise. The reason that no one likes silence anymore is because they're afraid of the internal noise that rises up inside of them when there is nothing to distract them. But this internal noise can give us an insight into the reality of our life. Pay attention to the emotions, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, and then bring these into your prayer. Jesus says that his sheep listen to his voice, and not to the voice of the thief. Try to learn the difference between the gentle call of the Spirit and the disturbing call of fear. Once you have followed these 3 steps of falling in love with Jesus, surrendering yourself to his will, and learning how to listen, you'll find that you'll be able to hear his call. The main way that Jesus will speak to you is through the scriptures. So it's important that you pick up your Bible and imagine that he is speaking to you personally. But you will also find that he might speak through other ways, such as spiritual direction, or through the preaching at Mass. Or you might find that in the silence, you begin to get in touch with a deep desire in your heart that you never knew was there. All of this will become clear once you bring a bit of silence to your life and listen deeply to his call in your life.